since we find out Kira is in fact a coordinator. The people naturals like Maru, Natal, Maru, and indeed the entire of the Earth Alliance are actually fighting against. The sudden cut that happens just as the guards there raise their guns at Kira works very well too, as we're left waiting and wondering what actually happens next. The viewer is then shown Rao explaining a new plan of attack to Miguel, Atherin and the others, utilising Type D equipment, which basically means they're going to go and basically blow the living hell out of the Archangel. Atherin asks permission to go, obviously because he wants to confirm Kira's identity, which once again builds up the basis of the plot surrounding them. He's then told to stay on the ship, however. Now, as I'm sure you've noticed at this point, the scenes cut a lot in this one. It does get a bit tedious, but I guess it helps you understand what's actually going on. So, once again, it's forgivable. The episode then switches again, going back to Kira being at gunpoint. Maru commands the guards to lower their guns, to which they do, which, in my opinion, is a rather uneventful ending to considering the tension it caused earlier. The scene then, there's then a scene of Miguel and the others launching, followed by Atherin launching against orders, followed by more negligible scenes of moving supplies onto the Archangel, before we witness an explanation of Kazi's thoughts on coordinators while Kira sleeps, and a conversation between Maru, Natal, and Maru about the kids. About how the kids are going to have to stay on the battleship for now, since the escape pods and everything are in the actual colony are sealed now. They then discuss how Kira's changing the strike's operating system means he's the only one who can pilot it. Guess what's going to happen soon? A few more unimportant scenes take place. This episode is quite full of them, really. And we then see Maru, in fact, and Kira talking about him piloting the strike again, which he refuses to do until Miguel and the others appear on the scene, and he realises he's the only one who can pilot it, and therefore the only one who can protect his friends at the time. Now that I like. I mean, he is the hero, but he has a stubbornness about him which makes him an imperfect hero. In my opinion, imperfect heroes are better because they seem more realistic and it's easier to relate to them. Moving on. The strike launches with Kira piloting it. Maru this time stays on board the Archangel and basically commands the weapons of the battleship. So Strike and Archangel go into battle against Miguel, Atherin and two flunkies who are basically cannon fodder. During a fight between Miguel and Kira, the colony interior gets damaged, and subsequently, after a slight distraction, well, not really not exactly a distraction, but more of overconfidence, Miguel gets his suit damaged, and Kira subsequently cuts it in half, killing him, much to Atherin's dismay. The next scene, however, bores me a lot, to be honest. Atherin confronts Kira while the last remaining of the two cannon fodder people is destroyed, and its missiles fly up and hit the colony, causing it to start falling apart. But yeah, whilst it's falling apart, Kira and Atherin in the Strike and the Aegis respectively just sort of sit there staring at each other, shouting, "Why are you here?" It gets a bit dull after a while, and then the episode ends rather abruptly, with Kira being pulled out of the colony through a hole that's been caused as it's falling apart due to the vacuum effects of space in general. So they try for another cliffhanger, but in my opinion, they don't pull the scene off in front before it well enough to warrant a cliffhanger. However, all in all, the episode is a very good one, with quite a few bits of tension and rather a lot of action, which is very welcome considering the slow parts of episode 2. There's still a problem with the continuity of flow, as I'm going to call it now, but it's not as bad as episode 2, and it does make you want to keep watching, since it does show more of Kira and Athron's relationship, which is the driving force of the series at this point in time. And that ends the review episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.